Hey guys, welcome to episode 21 of the Peer-to-Peer Network Coding Session series. Today we will continue the debugging process of all the changes we have made by refactoring the whole network and social graph, social trading project. Okay, so let's jump into the code. We left the previous episode with this working, this small list of followers. I deleted all my previous data because as we rename stuff at the message at the messages, then previous messages were not correct. So what I'm going to do now is see, there are a few things I can do. One is see if I can post and receive the post. And the second one is more refactoring because there is some naming that I don't really like. And I want to take this opportunity that I'm testing everything to make all the changes needed. So probably we'll do the refactoring first. So first thing to check if we have this clean. Okay, that is okay. Then here we have our web app. Okay. And what I want to refactor is in fact this word emitter. We have this all over the place. I'm going to use another workspace for this. Okay, this workspace. Yes, this is the place to do this right. Um, emitter was thought when we were thinking mostly about um, signals. Okay, but now that we are not thinking about signals but queries and events, usually at these messages we have, let's, um, Give me a second. We are at social trading. I'm looking for this guy. Client interface. Okay, this is the format of the message that we're expecting. So when we're talking about emitter, what we are thinking on is the social entity, the social persona, or the social trading bot that is actually sending the query of the or the event. Or to be more precise, is the origin. Because the problem with these queries and events is that they might be including two social entities at the same time. If you are replying to a post, we need to know who is the one replying and who is the owner of the post. And both might be social personas. So, how do we call the one who is taking the action and the one that is the target of the action? We are using the word target to symbolize that the target social persona is the target of the action. Okay. Um, what we, which would be a better word than emitter? Maybe origin, origin, target, action, acting. Maybe origin and target. Origin is where the action is originated or who is originating. And target, what is the action targeting? Um, origin, wow. Um, source also. Okay, I think I'm going to use origin. Probably it's not the perfect choice, but it's better than emitter. So let's go with source and refactor all this. Hold on. So let's do it again. I don't really understand what's going on here. What a good way of starting the day. Why doesn't just work? What's wrong with this? I don't understand why this opens all these files. It's like it requires confirmation. I don't understand. Yeah, save it. I never have to do this in this way. Why it just don't work? I cannot believe it, man. What's wrong with this stuff? Not even refactoring by the name I want to refactor. It's unbelievable. I said origin, origin and target. Okay. So origin, target. Origin, origin, origin. Okay. So we remove emitter from everywhere, hopefully. So next thing I'm going to do is to search for the word emitter in any form. Okay, here we need to do a bigger refactoring because this now should be origin, origin, social persona, and instead of user profile handle, it's just handle. Okay. Okay, let's go back to emitter. Okay, there are variables called emitter that we are going to refactor back to origin social persona. And for sure there are social trading bot, social trading bot. Okay. Now what else? Okay. Implement a mechanism to send only the trading signal to the guy that are following the origin. Okay, corrected that. Then more comments. Emitter, origin. Okay, an emitter is gone. Oh, no, it's not gone. Okay, so we have this post emitters. Okay, so emitter user profile. So I need to make sure that what I'm changing is related to social trading. So these two are good. Okay, these are not. This is not going to work because it's incorrect. We don't have the user profile here anymore. We got the user profile, config, codename. User file, config, codename. There are so many things that are broken now. Okay. So what is this? So this is the web app interface. This was turned into just handle. Origin post. Okay, this is indeed a user profile handle. So apparently I'm not sure I should be replacing this on React because I'm going to break everything and it's going to be much more difficult for these guys to fix it. I'm not going to touch inside this. It would be target social persona dot handle. Okay, let's continue searching for emitter. Okay, we are almost at the end. So these are almost all text. Okay, so let's finish this. Okay, so emitter is nowhere to be found in any possible way. Again, a lot of changes. So I'm going to document a little bit better which are the properties expected at the messages. Origin social persona. This is the social persona getting this query. This is the social persona where it is targeting. For example, if the query is about the statistics of a persona, then that is a target. Okay. This is optional. So the origin user profile is optional. And this is the, hold on, there's a refactoring missing there. This is the handle, the social persona executing query. This is the handle of social persona we are requesting information about. Okay, here I realize that we have still user profile. As non-refactor. Okay, so it looks like it's only there. This would be origin, social persona handle. Okay. This is handle of the social persona we are requesting information about. In fact, this is optional. They're all optional. This is the social trading bot executing query. Target social trading bot ID. Okay. This is also optional and means this is the social trading bot we are requesting information about. Also optional. This is the post. Um, we use this. We need this when we require information of the origin social entity. If we are requesting the reactions of a post done by the origin social, uh, we need to receive here the, the post hash. So essentially, the idea is that when we are requesting information for of the same social entity that is executing the query, then we use the origin post hash. We need this when we require information of the target social entity. Example, when we are requesting post replies of a post of a social persona, it's not the that is not the one executing this query. Okay. Timestamp and all that stuff is like easier to understand. So we have social persona, social persona, social persona, social trading bot, origin post, origin target post. And we kind of covered it all. Okay, so this is a little bit more clear now. I wonder how many things have been broken by this refactoring. We will find that soon. Mhm. Okay, but I like this more. Origin target, even if we broke a lot of stuff. Now we have social persona and social trading bot, totally independent from the concept of user profile that still exists, but it's not mixed up, okay? Huge advance. So what we did was to um, adding some comments. Okay, time to go again and to try this out. We will go to our network. This is our network workspace. Yeah, it was running before. Let's see if we got it running again. Okay, so this is running. Let's run the desktop app. Okay. Perfect. So with all the changes made, we are at the same point where things are still working. At the desktop app, I see no problem. At the network node, there is no problem. And at the web interface, I got the handle of the only people I can follow. Okay, so that's a big uh, success. So what we're going to do now then, after this big refactoring, is just to follow this guy. I'm impersonating at the moment my social persona number one. Okay, and with number one, I will follow number two. So that's what I'm going to do and see if this works or not. Of course not. So what happened? We got a problem here at the network level. Okay, so what is next is just trying to run these operations one by one and debug everything until we make them work. There is no other solution. Okay, so what is this? Read ID cannot read property of undefined. Okay, so one of these two guys is undefined. Which one? This guy. Origin social persona. Because the ID we receive is undefined, the query received has okay, so where are we? Client interface. Okay. So event message. Event receive is event ID. Origin social persona ID. There's something wrong here because it says query receive and I don't have any query receive because query receive is defined here. So the problem here is that this should be even received. Hmm, this didn't crash, and I stopped it, and it reconnected itself. So I can send this again. Okay, now we let it run, and it didn't work because it didn't turn into red, meaning that something failed somewhere. No evident failure. So somewhere there is an error. It's not clear where. Most likely the error happens at the network. So I'm going to monitor this guy here. So we send this again. Okay, the problem happens. Already following. So then this will come down to here. Okay, it seems that the following work, but the user interface that I'm having didn't got didn't get the right answer or something happened. so it didn't switch to the unfollow. So the question is, should I try to make it work, or it doesn't really matter because it it would follow? Probably I will make an effort to see if I can make it work. So for that, mm, my network node, I need my network node data. This already recorded this event. Um, so I'm just going to delete this, and I'm going to stop the network node because otherwise it's going to write this again probably. Stop this. Stop this. Okay, so this is stopped, and I'm going to run this again and monitor what happens with the response. Okay, so I'm running this, and somehow, well, I'm going to run this too, and I will get a new, sorry, we're going to do this again. Okay, the network now is not running. Now it's running. Let's run this guy. Now it's running. So I will need this. Sorry. So here is where we send this event from this web app to the desktop app client. Um, Okay, let's see if we can figure out what is going on. Send this, stop it there. So the event executed, we add it here, we add it here, response is okay. Finalize, and maybe here there is a problem. Well, not really. So then it responds. What is this doing? What is this doing? Okay. So what is going on here? I cannot see this error message. Cannot read property of null. Set attribute. Okay. So it's executed this, but this span is null. So all is good except for this. Okay, there is a problem with this at the HTML level. Let's see if we can fix it quickly. I need to find this stuff. Okay. Social persona ID. What is this social persona coming from? This is part of the refactoring we made. Okay, so social persona um, who to follow. I will have to debug this to see what is going on. So this is line 200 and we need to go there. Line 200. So we will stop this. We will stop the network. We will stop the desktop. We will delete the follow. We will start the network. We will start the desktop. And okay, we cannot do it that way because the guy is not stopping. Um, we will stop the network. No, we didn't need to stop the network. We will start the network. The desktop needs to reconnect. Okay. And we are going to refresh now. Hold on. Okay. So here we go. We have social personas. We have one social persona. We have one guy. So we go into this. So we are setting an attribute with the social persona ID. So 01 is the ID of the social persona. Okay. We create this stuff and blah, 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 blah. Everything goes well. And everything looks pretty much awesome. We let it run. And we got this. Then at the network, client interface, we have this event that we're going to remove it, this breakpoint, and we're just going to follow this guy, and we end up here. Okay, the target ID is so we have this guy, we have this bottom, no, the bottom, no. Why don't we have the bottom? When we created this, we set an attribute ID equals to profile to follow button. Profile to follow button, and the social person ID. So why don't we have this? This is strange, man. Why this bottom is null? So what we are saying here is that this bottom doesn't have this ID. Okay. We should have this bottom, this ID, but we don't have it. That's why this explodes and get into there. So what ID does this have? The bottom has as an ID this, but not the other text. Why? if we, when we created the bottom, we set as an attribute this. Oh, here is, this is overwriting the other stuff, this line. And I don't know why, because I didn't change that. Okay, but this is the problem. So mhm. What I'm going to do then is stop this, delete this, and run the network, run the desktop, execute this. Should have worked now. What do you mean with social persona not found? Hmm. Okay, it looks like from this ID, this is taking the ID to put it inside a message. So what I'm going to do is to delete this then, because it's been overwritten by this. Delete this, and we are going to look for the bottom with this ID only. So we stop this and stop this. No need to delete this because it never worked. So we run this. We run this. Perfect. So by turning it to red, this means that it worked, and the red is equivalent to an unfollow. So if I hit again, theoretically, we would be unfollowing this guy. So my guess is that I will have to do this. Well, the name of the button should have changed to unfollow profile. It didn't, but it doesn't really matter to me now. Okay. So, um, going to hit follow again to see if the unfollow works. Well, as expected, it didn't turn because it had the same problem, but most likely it did work. So I'm going to refresh the page, and if it appears there, is because it worked. Okay. So if I follow and I refresh, then it doesn't appear anymore, and it's the only person I can follow. Okay. So follow and unfollow are working. And yeah, I'm going to commit these changes. Listings who follow. Well, follow and unfollow is working again. Okay. Okay. So this is the end of this episode. Um, we did a huge refactoring, but things are starting to look better. And we came back to the testing, and we managed to certify that the listing of the who to follow, the action, the event to follow and unfollow are working again. Okay. Next milestone is to put to work again the post, and together with that we are going to put to work the field the timeline. Okay. That is pretty much everything that we have at this testing environment. So thank you for watching this one. See you at the next episode.